Good day everyone, I am Bosvark and here is your news update for Friday the 22nd of March. Today's stories of note are a quick update concerning Aliens Colonial Marines, a new Skyrim patch removes the level cap, Steam offers early access for gamers, Lord British pisses off a lot of gamers and game designers, Carmageddon reincarnation now for PS4 and the next Xbox, Antichamber doing well in its first 7 weeks. Aliens Colonial Marines gets a second update, mere days after the 3.8GB one. Amongst other bug fixes, the one where aliens show erratic movements or jazz hands is now gone. They've also tweaked enemy and friendly AI to be more responsive and aggressive, so no more running past enemies anymore. This essentially means no more drunken Alien AI on crack. Go check out the YouTube video that I will link below to see what I mean. The new 1.9 Skyrim patch has officially been released on Steam in its final form. This patch effectively removes the level cap of 81 in Skyrim using the legendary skills system. This is how it works. If you have a skill at 100, you can use the Book of Waking Dreams to turn that skill into a legendary one. This will reset the skill to 15 and reimburse you all the invested perks points in said skill tree. One is now free to level that skill tree again and gain another character level. With each new character level above 81, you will gain a new perk and ability point. Supposedly this could be done as many times as one would want with one skill tree. Luckily, the patch also adds a legendary difficulty to help speed this whole grinding process along. Again, I'm not a huge Skyrim fan, played the fucking game and got the t-shirt and went on with the excuse that is my life. I stopped grinding at about level 45 to 50 when I heard that the game could be completed between character levels 20 and 30, so this patch is most definitely for the hardcore lovers of Skyrim. Steam offers early access for gamers. Valve has announced its latest addition to Steam that will allow players to purchase unfinished games and play them while they are still being developed. This program is called Early Access, and Steam wants the program to allow players to go behind the scenes and experience the game development firsthand. Players will give feedback and then developers will respond to this accordingly and perhaps change parts of the game. At the moment, there are 12 games that will be using this early access system of Steam, and I'm only going to mention a few of the more interesting ones, or ones that sounds interesting. The first one is 1, 2, 3 Kick It. Drop that beat like an ugly baby. Drunken Robot Pornography. I mean, come on, that's a good title. Kerbal Space Program and Starforge. Apparently the game's prices will increase depending on its current developmental phase. Now here's my main concern. What is stopping gamers to buy into these games during its early phase development? Who wouldn't rather pay $10 for a potentially $60 game? I know Path of Exile is roughly following the same route, but it is free to play. Will these developers charge the players again upon release of the final game? Will players be expected to pay between $50 and $60 just for early access? As far as the list goes, I can see that it mostly consists of indie developers, so the buy-in price of early access might not be that much. Perhaps they could implement a system where the buy-in price gets subtracted from the final price. That's the only way I personally can see that this thing would work. Now, the thing that I want to know is where the hell was this program during the development for Duke Nukem Forever? Think about it, if players could communicate their disgust at Duke Nukem, it might have been a slightly better game. For me, wrestling and cow dung would have been more fun than playing Duke Nukem Forever. Unfortunately, I only experienced the latter. If taking a Donnerse ice pick to the head to make me forget that game, I would have done it a long time ago. Luckily for us, Duke Nukem 3D Megaton Edition is out on Steam for about $9. This price is valid until the 27th of March, and as far as I could see, it's basically an HD version with a lot of, with the official 3 expansion packs in the Atomic Edition, if I'm correct, and another, I think, 4. It's Duke It Out in DC, Life's a Bitch, Nuclear Winter, and some other one that I can't really remember right now. Now, to the next bit. Lord British pisses off a lot of gamers and game designers. I still remember my days playing Ultima Online fondly. That was my first experience of an MMORPG. I still get nostalgic when I hear the intro music for that game. I have met a lot of good friends during those days when ISDN lines were still pretty new in South Africa, and that we played on a local server. Of course, man, we were kids, and we did not have the dollars to pay for the international service. Yeah, that's it. After this recording, I'm going to listen to that intro song again. I think it was called the Minoc theme. Alright, sorry for the trip down memory lane, folks. The news about Richard Lord British Garriot is that he essentially explained in an interview with PC Gamer that he thinks most game designers are qualified and that he, that's now Lord British, knows his shit. Of course, this caused a huge uproar, and in a comments thread on Gamasutra, he clarified his point by saying that he was not trying to toot his own horn, and then concluded to state that game design is hard. All I can say about this is that his Kickstarter project, Shroud of the Avatar Forbidden Virtues, that will be released in October 2014, has to prove to the gaming industry that he really knows his shit. Carmageddon! Reincarnation, now for PS4 and the next Xbox. Wow, Carmageddon, the only game of its kind to be released for PC. It has been successfully reincarnated through Kickstarter, and it supposedly is also going to be available on the next-gen consoles. This means that more players will be able to experience the wonder that is Carmageddon. I can only hope the developers at Stainless stay true to their original series. I personally want to run over a granny while she screams I was in the war, and I want to hear the famous words being screamed by the driver, the ones that go, "Whoa, hey!" or something like that. And of course, the cars shouldn't be made of plastic like in Carmageddon 2. This game was originally planned for a first quarter release this year, but the release date was extended during December last year. I believe that the reason for this extension was to get it ready for the next-gen consoles. So, Microsoft, get your asses into gear and send Stainless a dev kit. Lastly, Antichamber doing well in its first 7 weeks. Antichamber developer Alexander Bruce stated that Antichamber sold more than 100,000 copies in its first 7 weeks. All I can say to this is, fucking A. The indie future looks very promising, especially in games. I seriously hope that this accomplishment encourages more indie developers to create the games they, and eventually we, will love. Now, if only we can persuade someone out there to recreate Star Control 2, and maybe 3. I've been personally struggling to get my hands on Star Control 3. All I have ever experienced of that game was some of my friends playing it. So if anyone out there is actually listening to this, try and persuade some developers somewhere to recreate Star Control 3. It would be bloody awesome. I mean, I loved that game. And, well, yeah, I am Bosvark, and this has been the news update for today. I hope you have enjoyed it, and remember, it's the weekend, baby. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, and tomorrow I will be talking